Hey, it's Leanne, and this is going to be super quick because I have a doctor's appointment with my son. He's actually been wheezing in a really weird way, and we took him to the doctor yesterday, but he didn't see his regular doctor. He saw another doctor at the office, and we just, I don't know, weren't really satisfied, so we're going to go get a second opinion from his regular doctor, and I got to go in like 5 minutes. But I just wanted to record this for you and show you what's possible and kind of give you an idea that might help you. So if you've been online for any amount of time, you've probably been building a list of some sort. And if you haven't, you'll experience this when you build a list. And here's what it is. People will unsubscribe. And you've probably done this with other lists. You probably unsubscribe. And when you unsubscribe, a lot of times, especially with Aweber, which is the system that I use, people will write a comment. They'll give them a chance to put comments. And some people have just never done it before and they'll say, oh, please unsubscribe me. And some people will actually leave comments like, this is spam, or this is, BS, or I'm not interested in this anymore, whatever comments they leave. And it used to really bother me. Like really bother me. It used to get me. I would think about it all day, all week. I would think, oh, people are unsubscribing from my list. And people used to tell me, don't worry when people unsubscribe because it's just, you're getting a focused list. People who are really interested in what you have to say. And it would still bother me, like, oh, they think I'm a spammer, or what what's everybody else thinking? It's that whole thing that maybe you had in school. And so my son's screaming in the hallway there. That whole thing that maybe you had in school where somebody told you, oh, this person said this about you, and they're like, oh my God, everybody thinks I'm a loser. And so it's kind of the same feeling. And before I started limiting beliefs, I had the same experience with people who would unsubscribe. And somebody would say something, I would say, oh my God, everybody thinks this about me, and it's not true. And so I had this experience where I've been emailing these updates to everybody on my list because I figure, well, they're on my list, they want to hear about it. If not, they'll unsubscribe, right? And so a friend of mine who I greatly respect is a guy who does 7 and 8 figures a year. And there's so much noise in my house right now. I hope it's not disturbing you from listening to me because I want you to hear this. He wrote me to one of my updates and he said, hey, you're spamming. This is basically, I signed up for mobile updates and you're sending this stuff about Empower Network and whatever else. And for a second, I had this conditioning, and my son is getting my attention out there with his coughing. And so for a minute there, I had this conditioned reaction to where I started feeling bad. And then I looked at it and I said, well, there's so many other interpretations. I want you to listen to this because you create meaning every day, and anytime you have an upset of any sort, any kind of emotion, it's because you created meaning, whether it's a positive emotion or a negative emotion, right? You feel upset, you feel happy, you gave something meaning. An example of that is rain, right? If you imagine it's raining and you're ready to go to bed, you're reading a book, you're getting in bed, you probably don't care about the rain, right? Rain means nothing. If you're a farmer and there's a drought and your crops are dying and it's raining, you're probably feeling pretty darn good about the rain. And if it's your wedding day and you're having an outdoor wedding and it starts raining, you're probably feeling pretty lousy about the rain. And see, the rain doesn't make you feel anything. It's the meaning that you give the rain that makes you feel happy, upset, or doesn't make you feel anything, right? Because it doesn't mean anything to you at the moment. So the same thing is true of anything. And one way to get rid of these upsets that you have is to say, what meaning did I just give that situation? And is that really true? In other words, what other possibilities are there? And if there are other possibilities, then what I said can't be the truth. It could be true, but it's not the truth. There's other possibilities. So what I was telling myself when I got that email immediately and I got that quick upset, I got to get out there. When I got that quick upset was, oh my God, everybody thinks I'm a spammer. And then I looked at it and I said, no, he thinks I'm a spammer. Maybe to him I am. Maybe to other people I'm not. Maybe other people are loving my updates, right, on this particular list. And, there's other possibilities too. Maybe I am a spammer, but why are all these other people staying on the list, right? They're maybe waiting for something. And maybe he thinks I'm a spammer, but I'm not, right? There's so many different options and so many different possibilities that how can you get upset, right? And here's the cool thing is when you stop getting upset, then your brain starts working and functioning normally. So you're not reacting to, oh my God, everybody thinks I'm a spammer. What do I do? How do I fix? How do I save face? But instead you say, well, how can I work with this, and how can I make it better for him and for other people who might be feeling the same way, and for people who don't feel that way, people who love my updates. So I wanted to share that with you, and it's just a quick tip, and I'll summarize it. Anytime you get upset, stop and think, and you can do this afterwards, right? If you're in a heated argument with someone and you can't stop right there, afterwards, decompress and think, what meaning was I giving that got me so upset? What was I saying to myself? What does that mean that, that my wife said X, Y, Z? And you say, oh, it meant to me that this, right? And you say, well, is that really true? In other words, are there other possibilities of what it could have meant? And you come up with 3 or 4 other possibilities. And then when you notice that there's other possibilities, then you see that what you thought was not necessarily the truth, but just a truth, right? Just a possibility. And there's other techniques to get rid of these meanings that you create and the upset that they create. But start with that. Give it a shot. Let me know how it works for you. Leave a comment below. And anyway, I've got to run to the doctor, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.